and they have most definitely had a lot of practice games between the two of them. Where do you think this one's going to go? ManuBachoore against Emre Yilmaz.
Well, Brandon, I tell you what, I've got my popcorn at the ready for this one. Of course, I interviewed ManuBachoore before the day began, and he, I said to him, "Have you thought about that game much?" And he just kind of said to me, like, "No, I haven't really thought about that game much, to be honest." Even though they are, of course, teammates, guys. We've literally got a 50-50 split from the Twitch chat. It's on a knife edge. I really don't know, Brandon. But what I do know is, if Emre Yilmaz goes 3-0 down, he ain't out of it.
What I also know as well, I can tell you for a fact, is that if he wins this game, Shorey, there's already a 3-point lead between the two of them in the table of as it currently stands. If Emre Yilmaz beats Manu, he is confirmed to finish top of the table tonight, regardless of what happens in that final game. He'll be on 12 points from 15, and why not go the full way and go and pick up 15 from 15?
Absolute, just statement, Brandon. That's what it's all about, absolute statements. Emre Yilmaz, I just got to say, guys, I was just watching that from the side there in round 3. I mean, to be 3-0 down, and then again, I've touched on his mentality, it's just absolutely out of this world. Emre Yilmaz trying to cook up on the edge of the box here. Are we going to see an early goal in this one, Brandon?
I hope so, because by the way these two have been scoring, there's been plenty of goals.
What are we on for the night now? Did we say 92?
I'm sure someone will tell me in a second. Mohamed Salah. First corner of the game. It's been a bit of a corner off, hasn't it, between everybody in the FC Pro Open at the moment.
Yeah, that meta corner. I mean, we had sort of the meta at the beginning of FC26 just being everybody go short, and I still go short with some of my corners, but I think I'm going to be changing it after seeing how many players whip the ball in here and just score so many. As we see the ball to the back stick.
Where's that one going?
A little bit like a corner there, Brandon, but just in normal play. Salah working inside. I'm going to see a long ball here potentially from Reinders. No, just continues.
What's your score prediction for this one, Shorey?
I don't know how, Brandon, I can go against Emre Yilmaz at this point. I think originally I said 7-5 to ManuBachoore. I think I'm going to have to swap it round and go 7-5 Emre.
It's just written in the stars for me for him to go 15 from 15 tonight. But just how he's been playing, the results that he's had. Here's Mbappe now for Emre. That's his first real chance of sticking the hands of Iker Casillas. I mean, Twitch, YouTube chat, we can see. What's your score prediction for this one? Because in the chat, you were 50-50 down the middle, which rarely happens.
And I think it backs up even more, Brandon, the group of death. If ManuBachoore was just to take some points off Emre here, all these guys sort of trading games, if you like.
Where's that one going to end up? Casillas saves with his feet, another corner. I always had a little laugh. I just saw in the chat, I know we were speaking with Harry in the last game about the difference he said from when he was competing to now, the speed of the game. Someone in the chat went, "This game is too fast, I will break my controller." I'm sure you're not the only one.
I've broken many controllers in my time, guys. One last year, actually. Let's not talk about that, though.
Was that during a hashtag house video?
Yes, it might have been, Brandon, yes, it may have been. Oh, the head loss. Head loss hills, they call it.
But Matty, how has he saved that, Casillas? Somehow he has.
That is a ridiculous save. I thought for 100% that was offside. See the ball whipped in again. He's actually decided to bring the keeper out.
It was inevitable that was going to the back of the net. The goalkeeper comes out. The head down is perfect to Mbappe. And all he had to do was press circle.
Can I mention, Brandon, me and Harry, when we were doing the R3, we said, basically, do not look to bring the keeper out. You've got to bring them so far. And he does get close to that one, but you just leave yourself so exposed. And that is what you call a freebie for ManuBachoore.
Well, there is the first goal between the two. And it's fallen the way of the world champion. We've got potentially an issue over in this game, a small technical issue between Obrun and Darkley. Or it's, I think we just said, you know what, let's have a draw.
Do you know what, mate? Should we just chill out for a bit?
It's all got a bit too much for us. Let's just not touch the controller. Right, we'll come back to that one when it is slightly more ready.
I mean, as much as the joking there, Brandon, it is quite fun. This is very intense. You really have got to be mentally very switched on, playing 5 rounds in a row in this arena against the top players in the world. We've got the top 24 players in the world here at this kind of current moment. Obviously not all based off world ranking, which we've got all the FC Pro world rankings these days, which is fantastic. But Brandon, are we surprised? Emre Yilmaz starts another game losing. I'm not surprised, because things are probably just going to end up changing inevitably.
Well, you only have to cast your mind back to the result against Umid, don't you? He was 3-0 down. He won 8-3.
Yeah. To not concede, I mean, that is outrageous. To be 3-0 down, as soon as you get yourself back on the board, you just say, do you know what, I'm just going flawless from here. Manu.
Here is he in now.
Expect to see this triggered run here from Emre Yilmaz. Just keep an eye on that Williams on the far side. Good bit of patience.
Tonali tries to maybe get a heavy touch from the feet of Tonali, and on the opposite side for ManuBachoore to pick up the easy pickings there. End-to-end start between these two Team Liquid players. Bonmati into Mbappe! And it will be the French forward that's grabbed himself a brace in the first 30 minutes.
Absolutely insane, Brandon. And I said it before, I tell you what, when you shoot a cross goal like that with the first time shots, which you guys need to be doing at home, no way, Jose Mourinho, have they got any chance of moving the keeper. I'll tell you that for free.
Breakthrough over here, catch up. Tell you what, not a bad finish, was it, from Bonmati? He hasn't just scored one though, sure, he scored two.
Again, first time shots. It's like we're back in 19. This is insane. Two players looking locked in here. Brandon, have to ask, like, do you think these guys, obviously, there's kind of a constant inter-competition going on between them all? Of course, Levy de Weird as well. It must be so competitive.
It must be so hard, but so motivating.
Yeah, I think it's the reason that they're all better, definitely. Are we going to see Emre Yilmaz pull one back here, or are we going to see him potentially go 3-0 down? We're not. It's 2-1. He's back in the mixer.
There's one back for Emre Yilmaz. I was going to ask, well, why is that effect not happening at the hashtag house? Obviously, around lots of...
Oh, sorry, I see what we did there.
You're in the hashtag house as well, and obviously...
Because came bottom, yes. Yeah, I got what you're saying, Brandon.
Well, you know, there's been
I'm
a bit
picking up what you're putting down. Yeah.
Sense of improvement and...
Don't know what's going on, to be honest. Don't know, to be honest.
Well, let's jump back over here then for a split second. This is live now. Catch up. 2-0 he leads. How mad is it, by the way? We're standing here, sure, in Obrun is bottom of this group.
Yeah, well, I look like a bit of a laughing stock, guys.
Can we wind back the stream a little bit? Did you say that he was going to top the group?
Well, I don't know if my mic's cutting out from hearing you, Brandon. Just so everyone knows.
I've still got you live.
You still got me live, have you?
Hang on. Corner. I mean, look, I would have said he'd be in the top two tonight.
Yeah.
Didn't think he'd be bottom.
The mic's working perfectly fine, guys. I've just made an absolutely shocker of a prediction. But Umar, look, sorry, Umar, I say Umar. Obrun, I'm telling you, I just back him. I don't know, I just back him. He could still end up doing it, 100%. Of course, top three is what's so important by the end of these groups. Of course, all these guys will be playing each other again in a couple of weeks' time.
Which, by that point, there'll be a different set of restrictions in play.
Yep.
The game may have changed ever so slightly in that time too, with the new meta, no doubt, that might follow.
Yeah. Couple of cheeky patches could be coming out. Desperately unlucky there. Desperately unlucky not to be on the board. Cassia with a very good start to this game.
Well, we are underway in this game between Obrun and Darkley.
And is this going to be Obrun's time to get the dub? He's got that El Shaarawy FC Pro item, who's already got technical plus insane work.
Reinders into Mbappe, it's a gift. But right now, Obrun needs a gift to try and get himself back up the table in this group.
Tell you what, Christmas came early there. Wow. You've got to be fuming as Darkley. Especially with, Brandon, it being sort of like, it's not even a 20% chance of going in that, to be honest, from Reinders. Sometimes you just got to try your luck. Often these players, Brandon, are going to try, you know, take the odd shot, just see if you win a corner, because we've seen how many corners have gone in today. As we see here, the man who just knows how to come back from being goals down, doesn't he?
Emre Yilmaz back in the game at 2-2. You kind of knew this was always going to happen. But why does he have to go 1 or 2 or 3 goals down, Shorey?
Just almost wake himself up, kind of thing. Brandon, do you think this is massively in, like, ManuBachoore's head now as well? Just thinking the fact he's almost 3 streak of
need him tonight. And going off the facts, he scored 7 to 8 goals every game, Emre Yilmaz. So this is him just getting started.
Sort of the Anders of last night, really, Emre. Still on, of course, at that all-important 15 out of 15 points. It's crazy work, though.
Oh, Manu! How about that one to go back in front? The world champion takes the lead again. And it comes from this moment of brilliance here. Mbappe will turn, he'll bag himself a hat-trick. And it's a perfect chance to bring in someone who knows these players better than us in Renzo. Coach, of course, at Team Liquid. Well here, Renzo, just sit on the side and let these two just go head-to-head and battle it out.
Yeah, it's nice to see. Especially just watching from the audience, and you can see them go head-to-head, both in good positions in the group. So, yeah, I'm just enjoying it.
How frustrated were they when they both pulled themselves in the same group? Or for them, is it a case of, look, we're that good, we're going to have to play each other at some point?
I mean, it's just been a repetition of what happened in the past. I mean, they faced each other so many times already, at crucial stages as well. I remember FIFA 22 playoffs. They actually had the decider for the World Cup against each other, and it went all the way down to penalties. So, and Champions League, so many times. But obviously, I mean, if there's 4 players in the end of Team Liquid, you're bound to face each other.
I'm sure we're curious to ask Shorey, but how many times are these guys playing against each other, or do they not play against each other? I mean, they're obviously sharing tactics and set pieces, and I mean, you'd like to think so. Tell me if I'm wrong.
I mean, they do, but obviously the last couple days they avoided each other. I mean, as in, they're not obviously sharing the most, but they do talk about their teams together. I mean, in the end, it's a team effort somewhat, and obviously you want to share if you think a player is really good, and it's not always that they have the same play styles, obviously, that they both want. So, but yeah, throughout the weeks, normally they play each other a lot, but the past days, especially past week or so, obviously they avoided each other.
Yeah, Renzo, I mean, I feel like I've got a million questions for you about these 3 guys. I mean, they're just absolutely insane. I could sit here and throw you under the bus and ask you who you actually think the best is, but I don't think I'm going to do that.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
You can't really say that to that, as much as I'm sure everyone would like to know. I guess I would ask you, like, do these guys give each other, like, say they find out something brand new in the game, will they, like, help each other out and tell each other it, do you think? Or keep it secret?
Yeah, I mean, they do. Obviously, there's some stuff that they might even hide from us coaches as they want to show it on the big stage. But no, like usually it does come down to some extent when we have like a training session and coaches reviewing it, and sometimes we also tell that to others. But mainly tactics, for example, like certain play styles, or for example, if Levy finds out some way to play out the game, for example, I won't immediately go on and share that with the others, obviously. But that's all coming together where they do share most of their gameplay with each other anyway. So then it's just who's able to execute it to the best.
Well, look, speaking of the 2 players now, Renzo, it seems the right time to speak that they're 3-3 in their game.
Yeah, I mean, you all predicted it.
What do you think the score line's going to end? Not who wins, what's the score line going to end?
I mean, looking at the table right now, I would be quite happy with this. So let's say 6-6, you know?
Yeah.
It's 3-3 already. But nah, it's obviously going to be a lot of goals like you all predicted. I think no one really had a low-scoring game apart from Umut, I think, would put the prediction at 3-3. That one is looking a bit weak.
I guess if Manu did win it, I suppose it would be quite nice. Like, you know, you get more of a lead as a whole team, I guess. But
yeah, I mean, obviously,
just putting things in your head now, Brent.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just happy to see the 2 horses up front. You know?
Yeah, sure. And Renzo, I did predict Obrun to top the group, and
yeah,
he's on 2 points. Yeah,
I heard that. But
I don't think you should really be shouting that about, Shorey.
But I mean, honestly, going against Obrun is also ridiculous.
No.
So.
Listen, I just had to throw a little prediction out there. Going against Emre and Manu was maybe a questionable decision. So we see this game currently 1-1 between Darkley and Obrun.
I mean, in what is a group of death, if Umit was to not win his game, and let's just say he draws and Manu loses to Emre, Emre could be 6 points clear on second place.
Yeah.
With still one more game to play.
Yeah, that's a really good position, obviously, for him. And he's had an incredible start to the season. It's been a bit of a roller coaster. I mean, we all saw the game for...
I mean, in that 17 or...
Yeah, it was 5-1 down.
Something crazy.
And yeah, possibly couldn't even be here at this point. But yeah, now he is, and he's qualified for pretty much everything already that he played. So he's having a really good start of the season. And obviously for Manu, this is kind of his first tournament that he started playing, first match week. But yeah, they're at least giving a good show, I think.
Yeah, and with Emre, I've got to ask you, Renzo, I think someone in the scene who we've always known has been really sort of ice cold. I mean, he's literally called the Iceman for a reason. Nicholas, I'd say Emre is he's even more relaxed than Nicholas. Like,
oh no.
Do you speak to him about it a lot? Like, no, he's not relaxed.
No.
I don't think he is relaxed.
I mean,
but on the stage, he's just the way he'll do a comeback. Like, how would he have been feeling in Atlanta when he was almost out? And then I don't know. It's a different mentality from what it looks like.
I mean, he's very calm indeed usually, but when he does feel like frustrated with himself, he will show.
Yeah.
And obviously also qualifiers at our headquarters, I think we do sometimes see also a different side of Emre.
You see a bit more emotion coming
Yeah,
out.
but like his emotion is also feeding him. I think there's more players that have that, where sometimes they just get upset, but it also just turns on a different switch again. So I think that's with Emre, and yeah, he's a really good professional if you look at everything aside from that as well, when preparing for a tournament and obviously getting his headspace in the right mindset at least, to still come back after all these goals conceded, especially today as well. If you look at like 2-0 down, 3-0 down against Wood, and somehow he just finds a way.
I mean, travelling with these two players, Renzo, when they're chatting coming into a group that's as difficult as this, are they speaking about like an expectation of the amount of points they want to take from this game week? Obviously, the obvious answer story is, yeah, we want to win every game. But is there a conversation of, right, I wouldn't mind 9 points out of 15?
Yeah, I'd say 9 is a fair bet. Obviously, like, you have at least 9 points, or at least 7 even, then you would still obviously be in the race. But 9 is ideal, and I think, Emre is already happy, obviously. But now he also knows that, hey, there's always these crazy turnarounds in the Pro Open. Sometimes it's just that one match day that can really decide everything in the group already. So he probably still feels like that same pressure as if it's only the first game that he played today.
Well, who's going to take the next goal in this one? Ooh. Not Mbappe by the looks of it. That one goes out for a goal kick and into a pause.
Yeah, you can. I can tell, because obviously they know each other so well that they're playing a bit different than what they used to do, like decision making in and around the box. Like usually Emre would really dribble there, but now obviously Manu's expecting that. I saw Manu also overthinking a bit of the decisions in the box, but it's logical.
Definitely sort of cancelling each other out quite a lot. But obviously we've already touched on, they play in the week and they've not played too many games coming up to the tournament, but how much do they play in a normal week? Say it's coming up to a qualifier where the chances of them matching each other are very low.
What do you think?
Do they actually play?
How much?
How many
hours
games?
A day? Like,
I think they would. These guys, I mean, they're the 3 of the best players in the world. I would say 6 hours a day.
Yeah, I think
8 hours.
I think that's a fair average. I mean, obviously, when it's closer to tournaments, they do play a lot more, but it's not effective to play 12 hours a day, for example. So spread between watching back, just playing the normal stuff, division rivals, FUT champions, getting your team obviously ready for potential other online tournaments, and also having the training sessions and just solo scrimming.
And I was going to ask you about that as well, Renzo, for people at home. So watching gameplay, as we see a low-driven finish there from Emre Yilmaz, ice cold once again. Watching gameplay back is almost just as important as playing sometimes, right?
100%. That's, I think, probably one of the most underrated aspects of the game, is that not only a coach needs to watch it, but also yourself. And then obviously you can have a coach along with you to help you understand, okay, what's happening here, and what am I doing right, what am I doing wrong, what should I remember, and also to learn from others, because we watch each other. I think everyone does in this pro scene. They obviously learn from each other, and I bet you a lot of other teams are going to watch that game back as well.
Definitely.
Well, over here, it looks like Obrun could be on his way to his first win. It's an important time. for him to pick up some early points before the round 5 does kick in, because you don't want to be going into the Christmas break, coming back into the new year, Shorey, with no wins next to your name and having to hope that this happens and that happens, and oh, if that player doesn't win, you might have a chance of going through.
I've got no favouritism, but I'm just saying I really like Obrun as a person as well. I really. That's just twisting and turning once again. He's
5-4. 5-3, sorry, Emre Yilmaz in the game. I mean, you've not said you liked Obrun.
No, I've not mentioned it, have I? Not once in the broadcast.
You did predict him to the group. But no, jokes aside, it'd be great to see him, of course, get back to the knockout stage. He is the defending finalist who was there last year.
You know what this is like? This is one of them moments where, when he's turned with Pinner, where I look at it and I go, I don't know if my Pinner's doing that at home.
Yeah.
How quickly he's turned there.
You're not the only one.
You must think that all the time when you watch
it. It's so easy sometimes, and then, yeah, I touch the sticks myself sometimes still, and then I'm like, okay, are we playing the same game?
A little bit of confusion in the chat about the upgrade situation. That's a penalty, by the way. That's Umit, with a huge chance to go 5-3 up in that game. Yellow card for Tonali.
Mo Salah on the pen. Dispatches it beautifully. Top left. Not a bottom left GC though, Brandon.
People in the chat asking about the group stage with the upgrades. Of course, there is an upgrade that comes in after 16 points. The reason being for that, there is technically 2 parts to this group stage. So there are 30 points available from the group stages, just 15 per match day. Added time of 2 minutes here before we go into half-time. Obrun looks like he's going into the half, which he is, with a slight lead.
Needs his first win. He actually just needs it at this point. He's so massive. Look at this run from Emre Yilmaz. Good defending from Manu though. And at this point, I mean, Emre just keeps pulling off comebacks, Renzo, every single game.
Yeah.
2-0 down again in this one.
I'm quite surprised as well, to be honest, to see him go down and recover that easily. I mean, we all know he's capable of bringing it back. Obviously, this game. Whoa. Just breathe there for a second. But yeah, it was obviously this game. There, you can tell by all of the scores that sometimes players just have a phase within the game of like 10-15 in-game minutes where they just score 2-3 goals, and yeah, and he just seems to be doing that at the right time every time, even when he's down 2 or 3 goals.
With in regards to Emre Yilmaz, of course, he's won some E-Champions Leagues, been extremely successful. Obviously, doesn't have that World Championship. You'd think he will win one.
Some E-Champions Leagues.
Yeah, no, it's just what he does. But for him, it's just like, yeah, I just won the E-Champions League again, you know.
Yeah, I mean.
I did that, talk about it every day for the rest of my life, to be honest.
Just another day at work, you know. Nah, but it is, obviously, it's still a dream, I think, for every player to win the World Cup. But I heard that Manu is going for his hat-trick. So,
yes.
I mean, I can't say anything about ambitions of our team. I think we all, like all the players, obviously have the quality, and we all have the same ambitions as a team. So whether it's Manu, whether it's Emre, I hope it all happens for them at least one time. Obviously, Leify as well.
Oh, this is brilliant build-up, by the way.
He is just a machine, that Emre Yilmaz. I need to know what's going on in his head. How does he do it?
You're not going to grasp onto that, because we don't know. After all these years, sometimes he just keeps surprising us.
Well, it must be said that after this game, it'll be the first double upgrade to a player that will be available in this Group B. Of course, 10 points in the group stage is the +1 overall. So anyone in the chat that is an owner of Genie Wijnaldum, he will now become an 86 rated FC Pro Live item.
I mean, he was one of the best choices, really, Brandon, wasn't he? I mean, one of the best players in the world, Emre, and quite a cheap option in Wijnaldum of an item to pick up. Congratulations to you guys who have picked him up.
Are we done yet? No, we're not. He's offside. Still a 2-goal cushion.
Caught me off guard there for a second as well. I thought it was on.
How much do you think these guys were like? Say it obviously would have been a draw, it probably would have been a bit easier, but how much would these two talk to each other after this game? Like, going home and stuff?
I mean, that final game is gonna put a lot of pressure on that situation. If Manu still wins, for example, if this score stays, then he's on 9 points and is probably okay still. If he doesn't manage to do so, I don't think Manu will talk too much for tonight. But obviously the flight back home tomorrow, yeah, there will be some talks about
reset.
it. Yeah.
Reset job.
A bit of frustration over there by leading 3-2 against Darkley. Game in this group. Desperate to try and get back to winning ways.
Obrun, of course, Brandon using the 4-3-3 formation in his draft, which was very, very interesting. Different to a lot of the metas that a lot of other players have been using here at the FC Pro Open.
Yeah, Obrun is always a bit of a genius, we like to call him. Always comes up with something special. But
Mbappe, is that game set match? By the looks of it, Emre Yilmaz is continuing his unbeaten run in this group of death. 12 points from 12, another upgrade to that Genie Wijnaldum item.
And he's looking like he's probably contenders tonight and go 15 out of 15. We said, can anybody do it? He's probably the favourite to do it, along with Manu at the beginning of the evening. And goals like that are the absolute reason why.
That medium item, by the way, that came at the right time.
Impressive.
Really, really good item.
So we see here.
This is a equal. No, it's 4-2.
It's an Obrun goal for 4-2. Gets a bit more breathing room. You can tell that one. That's really important for him.
Yeah, and especially in this group, any point, like next time they come back here to London, you never know who's in form, who's having a bit of a, well, nightmare sometimes. Yeah. As almost Manu does get one back. Like the goal differences as well. You guys mentioned it obviously throughout the broadcast. Every single goal is so important, can shake up the group.
Well, that was goal number 27 for Emre Yilmaz that he has just scored. When you compare that to what Anders Vergang put away yesterday, he scored 39 goals yesterday, Anders. Yeah. Obviously, there is still one more round to be played.
He's on track.
He's
close. Close. Another 8 or 9 goals. I tell you what, Brandon.
He's going to need quite a few, though, in his last game. But it could be possible. Plays catcher in round 5.
Just want to quickly touch on Anders, obviously, his amazing performance yesterday. The fact that that man doesn't play a lock and is still basically the best in the world. As we see there, Emre Yilmaz finishes the game off in style, and Brandon gets another goal towards his tally.
28.
28 and counting.
Emre Yilmaz on a different planet tonight. Flying forward and scoring 7 or 8 goals every game, Renzo.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way that you have to treat this game. Like, just keep scoring your goals and try to make the best of it. And as you said, 39 goals from Anders, that's crazy, to be honest. Averaging 8 per game almost.
And he got the best goal differences, the best defensive record yesterday, Anders, as well. He only conceded 19.
Yeah, can you bring up the ones of our group as well, like the Group B right now? I wonder how that stands then.
It's going to be another.
Oh, there's going to be another.
It's just going to happen again, isn't it? Miedema, Chip City.
Oh,
wow.
Oh.
See Emre having a little giggle there.
He wants 8. I don't think it's going to happen. Added time of 3 minutes.
Oh,
we will get it updated for you at some point.
You can see it on the other end. No, also not.
Not even a consolation there. I mean, both should have just scored. I don't really know how on earth the scoreline has stayed 7-3, but here we are.
Still going. Really battling for this goal difference.
Yeah, everyone's fighting for this. Renzo. See Williams on the wing here, twisted and turning, tries the finesse.
Oh, there's number 8. He's approaching 30 goals in the FC Pro Open. And he's only conceded 10 goals, I've just heard in my ear as well. That's a plus
10.
On his way to plus 20 goal difference.
He's looking to better Anders in that regard from yesterday.
There's still one more game.
Goals conceded. I don't see that man conceded 8 or 9. So we see Darkley getting one back here as well against Obrun. Just seems like Obrun just can't get a big lead in that one. Emre's
still up against Gacha, right? That's the final one. I mean, beforehand, I actually thought Katja was going to do way better than what it's saying right now in the group, but still a tough game. Obviously, like every single game in this group is really tough. But
Group of death.
Well, handshake between the two of them there. Full-time result. Renzo, thank you so much for joining us on commentary. We'll look forward to seeing you.
Have fun.
Thank you, my friend.
And we'll see you guys next week.